problem is going to be here is going to be range. Like if you opted in towards these poke champions, but instead it's Gumayusi slamming the Draven. Try and go for something like the One. You still end up in melee range with a Galio, which is not exactly great, but it's the Anivia.
Faker Anivia as the 5th pick of the draft here for T1.
That sounds painful for Galio. What is Galio gonna do? I mean, Anivia laning is gonna be annoying, and Anivia scales.
We can see Tarzan coming down for the Wukong level 3 gank potential here in the bottom lane. Keria goes in with the dredge line. A lot of damage onto Kael. He flashes away. Gumayusi flashes after. One more spinning axe is gonna do it, but no! Hope denies it as Keria has to flash over the wall to escape, and T1's marksman gets punished. Nice move from Tarzan early.
He tricks their name in this one, immediately going bot side off of what was a very odd path, because he did clear from his Krugs into Raptors, but now in mid lane.
Yeah, Shanks has to immediately get out of there. Justice Punch clears the wall, but now the follow-up there from the Flash Frost as T1 jumps in after the AL mid laner, but Shanks barely survives with Flash. Okay, creeping around from behind, trying to time this so Owner can be in position right as the wave is ready to crash. They don't want to allow Flandra to try to clear this out. Canamini going to absorb it here with a star. Wind becomes lightning. Flandra with a flash away. Doran going to burn him down, but he needs a little bit more damage with the flame spitter. The turret was so heated up, it makes it a 1-for-1.
Eyeing up Faker on the Anivia in this mid wave.
He's looking for that public execution, and he finds it. Faker gets jumped on. Flandra going in, trying to proc the rebirth, and they get it. They've scrambled the egg, and there's the feat of warfare for anyone's legend.
You can see the way Kael is playing, though, to match these roams from Keria is a little late on this one, though.
Yeah, Shanks could be in some danger as the axes spin. Shanks forced to flash again, but the Whirling Death doesn't quite catch him. The angle wasn't there, and Shanks survives. And you just saw it right there. Hope's boomerang blade, his ricochet, bouncing through the wave to stop Gumayusi's back as Doran goes in for a ton of damage here with a Flandra. The public execution plus the flash to try to get away. Flash Electro Harpoon coming out from Doran, but no! It's Flandra with reinforcement from Shanks for the shield, for the outplay to stop Doran in his tracks.
Wait a sec!
Makes it a 1-for-1. Gumayusi from all the way across the map strikes true, and T1 starts the Drake.
It looks so good for AL, but Guma finds the cash in with the ult from the opposite side of the map, and now AL, they need to be careful.
Yeah, AL's got to be careful here. Kael gonna have a nice keeper's verdict to make the fight unfair. Keria is your first target. His owner wants to go in after Kael now. Loses half his HP. Boomerang blade takes Keria down to 150. Faker making his way forward, but T1's not gonna find anybody. They also
Doran's
using
in behind.
the teleport now. Doran coming up behind him. The Rumble's already arrived into the fight as Tarzan tries to find some damage onto Faker. Shanks looking to cut him off. The egg, again the rebirth is triggered as Flandra's made his way into the fight and Gumayusi goes back over the wall. Tarzan kills Faker and T1 is on the run. Keria dredge lines back to safety as Shanks dives in beside Kael. A double kill for Tarzan and the Draven is dead again. Anyone's legend comes to life in Shanghai and they're at a 2,000 gold lead.
He's dead meat. Gets him against the wall, and they get the second kill for Tarzan's Wukong.
Tabe celebrating as he always does when his teams do well, but they will need to bring him in if they want to try and make a play in T1, trying to scope out the area as that goes.
Yeah, Keria jumps in here with the dredge line, finds Tarzan, but to no avail. Kael jumps in with the point-blank keeper's verdict. Shanks has arrived. They're looking at Gumayusi and they find the taunt. Guma's already down. T1 are routed as they try to escape from the pit. Keria now focused, forced back again by Flandra. Doran's gonna get time with this bottom lane tier 1 turret. He might be able to take that, but it's 2 more kills for anyone's legend. It's Rift Herald to anyone's legend. It's another fight for anyone's legend.
But there's just so many members of AL there. There's just no hope of escape.
Have to be very careful about their positioning. Faker himself a little worried about his positioning.
Yeah, he's getting caught out here by Flandra. Public execution, though, not lined up
TPs are
correctly.
coming.
Now Flandra has to flash away. T1 committing to look to find the kill onto the Mbessa. Owner goes after it, needs the third talent strike, and Doran's damage is enough, but off to the side at the same time. Hope is going in. It's another kill traded back as Gumayusi dies once more. Anyone's legend, they want a second, and they'll find it. A double kill to Hope as T1 reinforcements are coming in, but they're a little too slow. Rift Herald summoned up here in the mid lane. Tarzan, Kael, and Hope gonna knock down the tier 1 turret. and now they're gonna drive it straight into the tier 2. Tarzan at the wheel, he'll slam that one right on in. Equalizer from Doran needs to be used just to clear the wave as Hope knocks down the minion spawning for T1. Faker's gonna take the turret up there in the top lane, and it's AL with more men on the rift looking at Drake number 3.
And it's at the beginning a good play from T1. We think, yes, Trade Dragon, you can't really fight, but now they're on towards Atakan. Vondre, they're looking for his TP.
Okay, T1 not afraid to start this up. It's a 2,500 gold lead for anyone's legend, but nobody's here just yet. Otacon already down to 5,000 HP. Tarzan goes in for the Cyclone. Shanks ready to arrive with a grand entrance. Tarzan's low, and the Whirling Death's gonna find the execution. T1 still fighting back as the Otacon is slain by Owner, but he dies in the middle of the fight. Public execution finds no target. Gumayushi on the run. Hope, Flandra, and Kael still looking for a little bit more. It's a 2-for-1 for anyone's legend, but T1 critically takes the Otacon. The 3,000 individual gold lead for Hope as the 80 carry here with a Sivir. They're moving into the enemy jungle now, and Kael again just slams Owner into the wall, but now he's in danger. Tarzan and Kael both so low, it's 2 dead on the AL side, but Hope is still alive. Faker flashes back over the wall, but Shanks is burning. Flandra caught in the middle of everyone. Anyone's legend have overplayed their hand, and T1 is ready to punish. Hope should be next to die, and Guma cashes in. Only Shanks still stands. That could have been the entire game. A dredge line from Carrier, and Owner is ready to follow up. The wind becomes lightning and strikes Shanks down. Ace for nothing, for 1 for nothing, T1.
Fight for a lot of the time, and even the reset on the Poppy just meant that there wasn't the follow through that they really wanted to.
Oh, the jacket comes off.
Oh man,
that's a lean and 4 move if I've ever seen one.
AL looking for the approach. Tarzan wants to flank, and he flashes over the wall. Now Faker's gonna try to get away. Hero's entrance knocks up 3. T1 trying to scramble. The damage comes down, and Flandra flashes back over the wall as Owner's first to die. T1 on the run. Kael wants a wall slam, but he can't quite find it. Hope goes in for Goma, and he cuts him down. AL 2 for nothing in the fight.
It's also 2 for 2 on Dragons, but the Baron is up and they're teleporting up to the top side of the map. Are AL gonna go for more?
It looks like they will, understanding that this could be their moment to try and bring the game back in their favor. That fight, that flash from Tarzan, the TPs though.
Faker jumping into a spot that he should not be. He doesn't get slammed to the wall, but he's far back enough that he cannot stay alive. Hope runs after Doran. The auto attacks cutting through the rumble. A little bit more is needed, and a little bit more will be found. Carrier presents himself on a silver platter, and it's AL eating good. Ace for the LPL squad.
And AL find their moment to fight back. Again, support a dying teammate ends up giving over his life on the back of this.
Yep, no more Baron though, means considering Faker has the wave clear of an entire team as Anivia, he can take care of those super minions. Everybody else groups up to defend the only remaining tier 3 turret, but over the wall goes Tarzan. Faker's got to try to stay safe into the back line. Public execution onto Faker. Redemption's not there in time. The egg has already been procced, but he will not be reborn. A kill onto Owner follows. AL's already found 2, and they want Gumayushi. Doran and Carrier will be next to die as T1 are wiped off of Summoner's Rift. Anyone's legend with a clean ace to win game 2.
The Panda Warriors are coming alive in game 2 and showing that in Shanghai, this city will belong to them.
Beautiful counter from AL in game number 2 to even it up 1-1. Analysts, how are we feeling now?